Tune in to the Real Estate Roundup with the River Counties Association of Realtors. Join us every Saturday at 8:30 a.m. on the Mix 104.1 as we explore the latest in real estate. Whether you're buying, selling, or just love real estate, don't miss our expert advice and exclusive insights. So grab a cup of coffee, sit back, and let's explore the dynamic world of real estate in our vibrant River Counties community. Catch Real Estate Roundup and make your property dreams a reality.
Welcome to the River Counties Real Estate Roundup. I am Lisa Calfee with the Source Real Estate Group, and I'm joined today by Linda Carter, also with the Source Real Estate Group.
Hey, it's great to be here.
Good to have you. So we are co-owners of a boutique brokerage located in Ottawa called the Source Real Estate Group. And today we're going to talk a little bit about what does it involve in becoming a real estate agent. We get that question probably, several times a week?
Yes, everybody wants to be a real estate agent.
And figure out how to do it and how to do it. So yeah, we do. So I thought we might start a little bit with our background before we sold real estate to kind of maybe lead into what kind of skills you need. And so I believe we've mastered those skills somewhat at this stage in the game.
I think I have a lot of skills.
Yeah. So I was 25 years in management, working in an early childhood arena, managing child care centers, and was in a multi-unit management position with 13 different locations. So I gained a lot of skill set working with people. And I think that was one of the key things that I brought to the table was learning how to work with people and how to problem solve, because that's huge. I had also owned a business in the past, and so kind of bringing that to the table with skills of knowing, how you run a business and how you're going to get from, point A to point B with earning a living and earning that money that might be unpredictable at times. So
Yes.
A little bit about what's your background?
Oh, so I have the self-employed background of owning my own businesses for pretty much all my life. I've only held a actual job for maybe a year, and then I done a side job that I made more money on 2 days a week than working 12 threes, so 3 days a week. So anyway, I've been self-employed for all my career. I had a cleaning company, a dump truck company. I was a hairstylist for 10 years, and then I decided to be a real estate agent. So
And
I hustle.
Absolutely. And I've noticed that we see a lot of people that have been hairstylists. And so I think there are a lot of skills that come from that.
Because we are, as a hairstylist, you are a therapist.
Yes.
And not only do you have the skill to do hair, so you have to be a people person, and this business is about relationships. So
It is.
if you don't know how to talk to people or have a relationship with somebody, then you may not do very well in this
That's
business.
right. That's right. And you've got extroverts and introverts in the business. And it's not to say that you can't do well if you're a little bit more introverted, but you do have to have those people skills. You've got to know how to talk to people, because we are in the seat of being a therapist probably with every transaction.
Yes.
Because there's a lot of emotion involved
Yes.
with buying and selling houses. And so I think when you're deciding if real estate is for you, it's really good to know what skill sets you need to have. Like you need to have a little bit of math skills, because you are dealing with numbers. So you've got to be able to do your basic kind of business math.
And you have to be self-driven. Nobody's
Yes.
going to tell you to get up and go to work, because you're
That's right.
self-employed. So
And one of the hurdles,
Motivated.
yes, one of the hurdles I see with people the most when they're a brand new real estate agent is when you come into real estate, there's no manual. Like there is no instruction manual. There's no, on day one you do this, and on day two you do this. Now you're going to get some guidance.
Yes.
We help our new agents understand what they need to be doing to build a business, but no one is, like you said, holding your hand saying, report here at 9 a.m., stay here until noon, go have lunch, come back, and then stay till 5 and go home. It's just not that kind of a thing.
No.
And if you have had a job where you have to be at a certain place, report at a certain time, and then you have a list of things that are your skills that you have to know, and then all the tasks you have to complete, and you function better in that environment, you're going to have to be super disciplined with setting your own expectations.
your own schedule, yes, to make
Yes.
sure you hold yourself accountable.
Absolutely. So some of the misnomers and some of the, I guess, myths around real estate, being a real estate agent that come up the most is probably the most one is what?
I mean, that that it's glamorous.
Yes.
That we're all out here just having coffee and selling houses. That's just not how it is.
and dragging around our Birkin bag and our high heels. I don't own a pair of high heels. I can't
me either.
I would fall the minute I walked in to show a house. So there's not the glamour that you see on the Netflix specials.
No.
And you don't necessarily set your own schedule. I mean, you have to be flexible to meet your clients' schedules.
Yes.
And so that's one of the things that a lot of people are thinking, oh, well, I'm just going to have all this flexibility and all this. And you can do it. And you can have some flexibility. But when that client works until 5 and they can only see houses in the evening, or you have to go meet with the seller of a house to do the listing presentation and have them sign paperwork to sell their home, you're going to have to meet them where they are. And so sometimes that's going to call for some sacrifice.
Absolutely. So my husband's birthday's tomorrow, and I have a listing appointment tomorrow afternoon. So I'm not celebrating his birthday tomorrow. I'm going for my listing appointments because that's when my clients can meet me.
That's right.
So, I mean, you give up, but not all things. You just pick and choose, and, you have to be flexible.
Yeah, I think flexibility is the key. And motivation, we've been in situations where we were at a name brand big franchise. Now we're in a smaller boutique that we own. And so even in the larger setting, motivation is not something that we've been taught. It's not something that someone's standing over you saying, you got to make these phone calls, or you've got to go meet with these people, or you're not going to get a sale. No one's doing that for you. You have to set those standards for yourself and be driven to do that. And so there is a lot of goal setting. There's a lot of goal setting. Yes. It's important to know where you stand, where you want to go, and how you're going to get there. And so having a mentor or a really good brokerage that is going to do that with you and help you is going to be key to your success in the future as a real estate agent.
Absolutely.
So let's just talk about some of the facts about how you become a real estate agent in the state of Tennessee. So one of the things that we do encourage people to do is to get your license in Tennessee first.
Yes.
Tennessee is way more forgiving about doing what's called reciprocity. So if you do Tennessee first, then you will apply to Georgia, and they will issue you a license based on the fact that you have one in Tennessee. And so that is the order in which it works best. If you go ahead and get it in Georgia first, the reciprocity on the other way is not easy, and you have to test before you get that Tennessee license. So it's much easier to start with Tennessee and then add Georgia. And we generally encourage people to go that route. So in order to get your license, you're going to go through a 60-hour class, which you can do online. If you're currently working online, might be a great fit, because then you can do all that coursework online, and you're going to be learning things that are going to be foreign to you. And that's one of the misnomers I think people think is that I've bought and sold a house. I can do this. I know what to expect. Well, to get your license, you probably know nothing of what's going to be on that test.
That's true.
It's not common knowledge.
No.
And one of our things that are funny in the real estate world is, how many times have I ever had to tell somebody how many square feet there is in an acre? None. I'd never do that. So you're learning how many square feet are in an acre. What are meets and bounds? What's obsolescence? All the things that you don't know, that's just like knowledge that you're going to get for a test. Some of those things you may need and use in the future, but the core of what you're going to need to use in the future is going to come through practice.
Experience.
Yes.
Just doing the job.
Right. So they want you to know all of the legal things, and that 60-hour class is going to teach you that. And we are happy and pleased to announce that we have launched our own real estate school so that we can make it easy and accessible and local. It's an online course, but we are here and we are feet on the ground. And so when you finish your 60-hour, we're going to reach out to you and have you come in and sit down with us and go through some highlights of what you can expect for the test and do some practice so that you can get ready to take your exam. And so we will put that on our website so you can access it easily. Yes. And if you want to jot down our website now, it's thesourcerealestategroup.com, and you can reach me at 423-802-0875, and Linda
At 423-505-7969.
So when we decided to become real estate agents, I'm not sure we had a clear expectation of, what we were getting into.
Oh, no.
And so it was really that first year that was the big learning curve.
Yes.
And I realized very quickly that I was going to have to, I think when I came out of a salaried job, my biggest fear was, oh my word, how am I going to pay my bills? How am I going to replace this salary? So I had luckily saved up some money so that I had like 3 months worth of bills, but I knew that wouldn't last but 3 months, right?
Right.
And we're always working 30 to 45 to 60 days out when we are working with a client. So I quickly had to find some clients, quickly had to get into the rhythm and the groove of how to get them busy looking for a house or putting their house on the market to sell, because it was going to take me at least 3 months to get that first real estate paycheck. How about you?
Yes, it took me 3 months as well.
Yeah.
And I worked the previous job until I could make some transactions and know that I was going to make it in the real estate world. But I just couldn't quit, having any dependable income as a single mom. So I just worked until I knew I could make it. But it took me about 3-4 months
Absolutely.
to make my first deal.
Absolutely. And so we don't want people to come out with an unclear expectation.
No.
You don't want to come into this thinking, well, I'm just going to make $100,000 my first year in real estate because it looks like it's easy and I can do this. And when I've taught classes in the past, I've asked people, like, what's your goal? Throughout the room, it's typically to make six figures, to make six figures, to make six figures. Well, there's a lot of work that goes into that.
Yes, there is a lot of work that goes into trying to make, and you can most definitely make six figures, but you have to work.
Yes.
You can't just walk in and think it's going to come to you and that it's going to be easy, because it's not. And sometimes it's a roller coaster ride, but as long as you guide everybody the way you need to, you can make it.
What do you think was the thing you did that helped get you those first few pieces of business?
So you have to talk to everyone about real estate. I think I still do that today. So when we talk about my taxes, what part of your life is used for your vehicle, I said, well, I do real estate 24 hours a day. Like, when, you have to talk to everybody, tell them all that you're doing real estate and you just need their help. Because if you don't tell everybody, nobody knows to refer you out business, right? So you have to talk about it. So still today, went to buy my husband a new truck, picked up my client from my salesman, put him in a house. So, I'm always doing real estate. Everybody knows when I meet with them, if I go to dinner, whatever, that's what I do. So I think that's what really kind of got me in business.
Absolutely. And so now you're 12 years later? Is
10.
that right?
This
10
is
years
my
later.
10 year. Mm-hmm.
10 years later, and we'll toot your horn because you've built a very big business.
Yes.
And you have a team, and so a team is described for our listeners what a team in real estate is.
Well, a team is it's what, 2 or more, right? I think you can classify different companies as groups or whatever past that. But I have a team of 4, if you count my admin and 2 other agents beside myself. And so I've had a team of 7 at a time. Sometimes they just work with you for a year, figure out what they want. It's training, it's resources for new agents that are having a hard time making it on their own, or maybe they don't want to make it on their own. I have an agent on my team that has no desire to be on her own. She likes what she gets from being on a team, the support, the transaction coordination, and marketing and all the things. And she just likes it the way she is, And so some people are that way, and that's great. They make good team people.
Yes,
Yeah.
it depends on what your personality is like and where you're
Yes.
coming from.
Mm-hmm.
If you were working in a team environment with a job that you had in the past, and you like having that collaboration and you like having other people, and you're not that person that's going to solo go out and do things on your own, a team environment may really be good. And so that team makeup is the head agent. So you're the head agent of the Linda Carter team.
Team leader.
Yep,
Mm-hmm.
and you're the team leader, and so you're driving the business.
to them.
Yep. And so it's kind of like you're the CEO and they are underneath you, and everybody works together, and each person's going to have their own set of clients.
Yes.
But it's discussion. It's helping them set their goals. It's
holding them accountable.
Yes.
You know, so if you have always worked for someone and you decide to go into real estate, you might want to join a team if you've had somebody to kind of hold you accountable, because it will help you figure out how to get started and hold you accountable, and, you know, give you all the pieces that you need to put it all together. And I've had agents that come, like I said, work for a year, and either I'm telling them or they're telling me, hey, you know what? You can do this on your own, you know, because it just didn't make sense for either one of us. So, and then I have agents that's been on my team for 6 years. So I think it's just what they want out of their real estate career.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And, you know, I came out of management and I felt like I'd managed enough. So I like being a solo agent because I didn't really want to manage people anymore. And so therefore I do it on my own, and I like that. And so that's the lane that I chose. And then you chose to do a team and have people underneath you. And so everybody's got a different set of things that they want to accomplish, or a different set of skills that they want to utilize in the real estate world. So you can kind of format real estate however it fits you. And so that's the beauty of it, because you do own your own business. And the makeup of that is you hold your own license. So as an independent contractor, which is what you are, you hold your own license. And as a license holder, you have to have a managing broker that oversees you and all of the things that you're doing. And so for our office, I hold that managing broker label, title, whatever you call it. And so everything that our agents in our office do, I'm responsible for, because I'm supposed to oversee what they're doing. And we're handling contracts. So we're handling contracts for the largest investment that people most of the time in their lives make. Absolutely. And so it is an important job to know that who you work under understands everything and can answer questions for you. And so that broker is going to be the managing broker for whatever brokerage that you choose to work and be a part of. So you'll hang your license, is what we call it, at an actual brokerage firm after you get your licensure. And so it's important to interview and decide, is this a place that's a good fit for me? Do you like a smaller environment? Do you like a bigger environment? What are the key parts that you feel comfortable with? And you may go to one brokerage and see that it's not the best fit for you, and it's okay to change and go to another brokerage that you feel like is going to be a good fit and be home for you. And so we don't always stay where we start out, but sometimes people do. And so there's going to be the large brokerages that have, 300 plus members in their brokerage, and then you may have smaller brokerages that are not under a franchise but are a boutique, locally owned, and that may be what you're looking for as well. They both have incentives to be there with training and things like that, and it's about what environment that you prefer.
Absolutely.
Yeah. I mean, we took away a lot of things from the larger brokerage that we've molded into our own, or things that we've created on our own that have been a good fit for us as we're doing our brokerage and deciding what works best in our frame of reference with our agents and the training that we provide and those kinds of things. So it's really about personal choice.
It is.
Whatever's going to be a good fit for you, because you're branding and advertising yourself.
You are.
And in this world that we're in right now, social media is huge. Real estate agents are probably coming up on your reels and your TikToks on a regular basis. We're just having fun. I don't know that we actually sell whatever house that shows up on there, because most of the people that are seeing it are probably in another state anyway. But it's fun. And people have to, like you said earlier, you have to be saying things about real estate in all your conversations with everyone that you meet, because this is the kind of job where you're commission based. And so people have to choose to use you. Yes. They have to choose you to be their agent. And so, with that can come a little bit of heartache, because you may have, your best friend of 20 years use another agent. And you're like, what? Why didn't you use me? It's okay, because sometimes that's going to happen. And sometimes you might not want to do business with your close friend or your family.
Or your family.
Yeah. We all know working with
Sometimes.
family is not fun.
Sometimes they're the hardest ones.
Yeah, absolutely. But the beauty of it is that, if you're working with a client and maybe they're not your cup of tea, that's okay. You're doing your job, you're providing great service, and then in 45 days, you can choose whether or not you ever want to work with them again, and they can do the same with you.
Absolutely.
So it's not a lifelong commitment, and it's not that you're going back to the same place every single day with the same monotony that you had. It's constantly changing.
Yes.
Lots of variety, lots of variety of people, varieties of properties. We every time that we think we've seen everything, something new comes up.
Oh, I started to say every transaction is different. It really is. Same motions, different situations. So it keeps you on your toes.
Absolutely. It's variety, and it actually is kind of fun. We are always prepared for the unexpected because we know that it's going to happen. And just when you think something's going smooth, all of a sudden you get something out of the blue and you're calling your favorite, co-real estate agent going, help, I don't know what to do. And even the most experienced agents have to call on the person that they trust and go, wait a minute, I don't know what to do right now, because that's just the nature of the beast. We end up with a lot of really strange situations sometimes that are unexpected. You create a relationship with the client with every single transaction.
Yes.
And what's important to know is that you are going to keep in touch if you want that repeat business.
I did not learn that right off. Nobody told me that. And I missed some of my clients because I just would help them find a house and then just forget about them. I never sent them a card, an email, never called them. I was just done, moving to the next transaction. And so it took me a little bit till I figured out that I was supposed to.
Right.
Still, I was supposed to keep in touch. So the next time they want to sell their home, they'll call me. So now I think I do a really good job at that. But I didn't get that memo at first.
Yeah, I didn't get the memo at first that I needed to track my sales. And so I'm just willy-nilly out here like, okay, next. And then I get like halfway through the year, I had no idea how many houses I had sold. I had no idea how much money I had paid. I had paid into the brokerage. I had no idea how much I had earned because I was just working, right?
Right.
And when you work and you have a salary, you're like, okay, I know this paycheck comes every 2 weeks. Here's how much goes in my account. This is what I make per year. Well, I didn't realize that tracking was a huge part of the business.
Yes, it is.
And honestly, it's as simple as a spreadsheet that tracks the things that you want to track. You want to track, when did that person last buy or sell with me, and what's the prediction on when's the next time they might want to buy or sell with me. Yes. And so, really, like you said, keeping track of people and keeping track of your own numbers and where you're hitting. And I think in real estate, with any sales job where the sky is the limit, setting goals is like key to your success. The years, maybe 1 or 2 years in the last 13 where I just willy-nilly didn't set a goal.
How did you do?
Not well.
Right.
There was no target.
No.
So I was just, okay, well, it's coming along and I'll get it and I'll close it and it'll be great, and then I'll wait for the next one. And it was a real roller coaster.
Yes.
And the goal with real estate is always to get off the roller coaster. Yes. And to not ride the up and down of I had a great month, then the next month I didn't have a good month. And there's no magic formula. I wish we all had it. We'd be great off if we did. But the key is consistency. Momentum. Yes.
Once you're doing the things that you have to do through a transaction, you can't get caught up in just finishing the transaction. You've got to continue to do your lead gen and things that bring you other business as well. So it took me a few minutes to figure that out, that I can't just get focused on this one transaction that I'm doing all the way till the end, because when it's finished and closed and they're happy and in their house, I'm sitting there wondering where the next piece of business is because I haven't been doing my lead gen, or I haven't, been talking to enough people. So I think that was how I got off the roller coaster ride, when I figured out that, this is what I'm supposed to be doing.
Yeah, consistency all the time, keeping your momentum going.
Yes.
Keeping your eyes focused on your goal. Your goal is not going to be the same as my goal. Everybody's goal is going to be different because it's personal. And so that's one of the key things, is that we're all on a different track, because we are all going to have different goals and different things that we are looking to do with our business. And so you are building a business as a real estate agent. So after you get your license, you join a brokerage, that's when it all begins.
Yes.
And that's when you have to start having those great conversations. You know, we all have a cell phone. And if you just simply look at how many contacts you have in your cell phone, that right there shows you how many pieces of business you have the opportunity for.
Yes.
And just looking at that and seeing, okay, I've got, 500 contacts in my phone. Well, I may not be the kind of person that wants to make 500 phone calls, whereas the person that just got licensed that loves to talk on the phone, they might be the person that wants to make 500 phone calls. But I may be the person that says, I'm gonna send text messages and phone calls and have multiple avenues of how I contact people, and that may work for me. But you may be wonderful at making phone calls and getting people on the phone and just chatting and having a conversation. And I think that the phone scares most people. They feel like it feels salesy, but at the end of the day, it's all going to come across with your personality.
Yes, because I'm, old school. I would rather talk to you than text you, and that is not how most younger adults do business now. They like to text and Snapchat and all the things, and I would just soon pick my phone up and let's talk about it, because I can hear you. So everybody has their own way, and guess what? You're doing your business, so find your way. What works for you? And it might be those high heels and
it might be
dressed. It's not me, but it
might be.
Everybody has their own personality. Whatever you want out of your business, and there is enough business for everybody.
That's
There's
right.
a lot of real estate agents in our area, and still they're working. I mean, there's enough business for people. It's who you know and how you handle your business. How do you handle their transaction?
So I think one of the key things in the job description would be that you are a real estate agent, you are showing houses, writing contracts, all those things. But more than that, I think we're problem solvers. Because there's so many things that happen that we have to figure out a solution for. And there's so much. We're kind of like that duck underwater. Our feet are going 90 miles a minute, but we're just gliding across the water. Our clients think everything's kosher, and we're over here like running like a mad person, solving issues, solving problems that come up so that it can be less stressful for them.
Yes.
And that's the key to what we do on a daily basis is we put out fires, we handle issues, we get things to the closing table because we were able to come up with solutions and problem solving. And that is a good skill set to have.
It is. And, we were talking about working hard and being flexible. This job is flexible, though. I think this is the only career where I've had this much flexibility.
Sure.
Once I figured out how to manage my calendar.
Yes.
I think, we travel a lot, and we can because we are self-employed. And
yes.
When I have people on my team that cover for me so I can travel, and same for them. So,
yeah.
I know it requires a lot, and there's no set hours, but you can also have a lot of downtime.
Yes, you can. Yes, you can. And you can experience a lot of personal success.
Yes.
And a lot of personal goal setting and meeting those goals. So to recap, if you are interested in having a real estate license and you want to go after it, we can help you at thesourcerealestategroup.com. We will have information for you on how to take those courses online and then how to move forward with taking your test. It's a 60-hour class. Then after you get your license, there's a 30-hour class that goes a little bit of a deeper dive. I'm going to give out my information, and then Linda's going to give out hers. Call us with any questions. Lisa Calfee, 423-802-0875.
Linda Carter, 423-505-7969.
Thank you so much, Linda.
Thanks for having me. Bye.
Do you imagine a career with flexibility and limitless income potential? It's possible by becoming a Realtor. The River Counties Association of Realtors, located right here in Cleveland, Tennessee, is ready to help you unlock your potential. We're your go-to resource for guiding you to obtain your Tennessee real estate license. We're more than just realtors. We're a vital part of our community. Partnering with local charities, we work tirelessly to make a difference. Join the River Counties Association of Realtors today, where your career can thrive and community can too. Visit rivercounties.com or call 423-476-5912. Your new path awaits.